I'm sitting here with Bernie Krone, CEO of Esorfranki, and we're taking a look at the construction industry, some of the challenges ahead after the World Cup. Esorfranki came out with a trading update last week saying that they're expecting a 50% drop in HEPS in the interim period to August. Bernie, you must have received a couple of phone calls after coming out with that trading update.
Yeah, we did, Sue. We had a few phone calls before the trading update, funnily enough, so I think people must have suspected that maybe we had something that we were going to say, so we kept it as bland as possible, and then we put it into our trading update. But yeah, I think it's a number of factors. Rain at the beginning of the year, the continued recession. 2010 ended up, although it was very, very good for us when they were building all the projects, it ended up as a stumbling block at the end of the day. And I think the lead up to 2010 and the actual sort of 6 week, there was a 6 week period where the whole country was on holiday. And I think this has delayed contract awards, it affected productivities. And we're sort of seeing that coming through in our numbers, in our early numbers that we're going to have to present in a few months' time.
I guess there must have been a bit of confusion and perhaps concern after your presentation in May, because you did report an increase in HEPS, you even declared a dividend. What happened between February and July that was so bad in a sense? I mean, were you completely blindsided or surprised by the adverse trading conditions?
No, I did, actually I did warn everybody. I said, that the mood was pretty glum, that we had been affected by rain, that I foresaw the 2010 being a stumbling block, that we still needed contracts to flow out from government, and that the private sector was still very deflated. Also, we did say that Africa, although it was opportunistic for us, it's still a very difficult market to work in, and some of those markets started off very, very flat at the beginning of the year. Mauritius, we didn't have enough work there. It's picked up nicely there now. Angola as well just hasn't been as buoyant as it has been in the past. We know there's been some payment problems there with the main contractors, and that it hasn't impacted too negatively on us as far as payment is concerned, but that work stream has just not been coming through as we anticipated it.
So your major clients is essentially the South African government, is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
And just in terms of some of the delays in those contracts, I mean, where is the problem lying? Are government not paying their bills? Are they not putting projects out to tender? What would you say is the major?
We did have some late payment with that seems to be a thing of the past for us at the moment. At one stage we were owed about 70 million rand, but it has all been paid now. And then, there just seems to be a very slow award of contracts. We've been waiting for one particular contract now for about 8 months, I think it is. It hasn't come through in the pipeline sector. And then we're in the running for about 1.5 billion rands worth of work that we think should be awarded fairly soon. But, we were thinking that 3 months ago, and it just keeps on going on and on and on and on. And I think government needs to step up to the plate now and actually give a bit of confidence into the market, saying, look, we are spending this money and this is how we're going to roll it out, and we have a definite plan. Otherwise, I don't think I'm the only one who's going to be out there giving bad news.
And of course, you are a first on-site contractor. So if you're having a tough time now, I guess it spells the worst essentially for the industry. I mean, when are you expecting things to turn around?
Well, we're still pretty optimistic for the second half of this year. We did warn our second half of last year was worse than our first half, and we said that was going to be repeated going into the first half of this year. And then we see it coming out in the second half. We believe we are going to, some of those awards are going to come through. And there does seem to be a sort of bubbling of contracts, that are coming through at the moment. So, we're still optimistic about the future. But it's tough times, It's, I guess this separates the men from the boys. We'd ask all our, stakeholders to still maintain their faith in us, and we will turn it around. Just going back to, being first in there, on the geotechnical side, our market has shrunk quite considerably there, and we have had to cut our cloth to suit those lower volumes of work. So, we have got some job losses and cuts, and we're trimming ourselves to suit that.
So just in terms of your shareholders and what you're telling them at the moment, I mean, how supportive are they? How concerned are they at the moment?
Well, our share price has dropped a bit. I think people...
I think it's 29% over the year, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, I think we're trading at around about our net asset value at the moment, and maybe even a little bit below that. But I think, you know, the whole market is still in a little bit of turmoil when it comes to the construction industry. The guys aren't sure which way it's going. You know, as I say, we're still positive about the second half. You know, we believe we will turn it around. This is the bottom of the dip as far as we're concerned. I think it should be okay going into the future.